I told you this would be a sensitive subject. Now they cut my camera off midway, so this may take a few parts, I'm talking about a few episodes, what I'm saying, to get it through. But Lord willing, through the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, I'm going to do the video, nevertheless. Anyway, I want to pull up this deal here. Check this out. Microchipping your dog. So I'm going to have to keep an eye on that camera, that little red dot there on the screen, because the powers that be have their minions listening, and I guess, like I said, sensitive subject. This is, as you can read there, it says that it is injected under the skin using a hypodermic needle. Hypodermic needle. It is no more painful than the typical injection. Although the needle is slightly larger than those used for injection, no surgery or anesthesia is required. A microchip can be implemented during a routine veterinarian office visit. Because, and the reason I brought that up, because the interviewer brought that up. They chip dogs, so it's gonna be something that they're gonna do with the people as well. Let me click on this real quick. This is just gonna be basically a video of information. I'm gonna try to grab precepts as well. Look at this. They fooling with it, but it's all good. It's all good. Okay. And it's basically just verifying what we just read. If you like, you can just pause it and read it. Contain identification number of the chip is not a GPS device. And you know what? I remember them saying that when it come out. Well, what good is it then if it's not a GPS device? And that line that's a lie. I'm gonna just call it what it is, because you can look at some of these videos and police looking for lost dogs and whatnot. People be looking for their lost pets, and they'll say they are microchipped, things of that nature there. So hold up, let me kind of walk that back. I'm not gonna say that they are GPS monitored, you know what I'm saying? But why go through all of that and not have it where you can follow it via GPS, like your cell phone? You commit a crime, they can ping that cell phone off of cell towers and actually, find out what you've been doing for the past 2 or 3 weeks, if need be, all within 10 feet of you, So it's kind of hard to swallow when they say the microchip presently used in pets only contain identification numbers. The microchip is not a GPS device and cannot track your animal if it gets lost. Although the microchip itself does contain your pet's medical information, some microchips registration database will allow you to store that information in a database for quick reference. Now, let's fast forward up to the day, the present day. Let's go here real quick, and let's see what Mr. Well, you'll see him for yourself. Here we go. Let's see what he has to say.
If you have an hour this week, you can learn 100 songs on the piano by learning just 4 chords. These.
Dramatically simplify the device. So the beeps you're hearing are real-time signals from the neural link in Gertrude's head. So this neural link connects to neurons that are in her snout. So whenever she snuffles around and touches something with her snout, that sends out neural spikes, which are detected here. All right, welcome to the Neuralink product demo.
This is a demo highlights, mind you, and we're using this for edification and education purposes only. And we're going, Lord willing, we're going to filter it by way of the scriptures. The intentions, the intent of what this is all about. It's described in the scriptures. So we're going to, Lord willing, to the best of my ability, try and do that. Try to lay out what the intent of all this is. So let's do it.
Really excited to show you what we've got. I think it's going to blow your mind. So I want to emphasize the purpose of Neuralink. Like, what's our goal? Our goal is to solve important spine and brain problems with a seamlessly implanted device. So you want to have a device that you can basically put in your head and feel and look totally normal, but it solves some important problem in your brain or spine. So going into the Neuralink architecture, what we've done over the past year is dramatically simplify the device. So we about a year ago, we had a device which had multiple parts, including a piece that it had to sort of sit behind your ear, and it was complex, and you wouldn't still look totally normal. You'd have a thing behind your ear. So we've simplified this to simply something that is about the size of a large coin, and it goes in your skull, replaces a piece of skull, and the wires then connect within a few centimeters or about an inch away from the device. And this is sort of what it looks like. So, yeah. This is our little device. That thing at the bottom is just to hold the threads in place because they're just like little fine wires.
Years ago, and you become the expert on this new computer chip that's supposed to go in the back of the hand. It all relates to this Council on Foreign Relations group, the Bilderbergers, the Club of Rome, this oligarchy who's trying to bring it all about.
That's right, Anthony. Let's make a very complex issue as simple as possible for the people's benefit. The New World Order really consists of three aspects. There is a New World political system that everyone today is calling the New World Order. As well as that, there is an economic plan for the New World Order, and that is called the New World Economic Order. In addition to those two items, there's a third plan for religion. You see, the planners of the world know that men need a religion of some kind, even if it's a false one. So they have a plan to give us a new age world global occultic religion. So really there's three aspects to this New World Order. A New World Economic Order in which a computer chip will be injected into our hands or foreheads as a means to track, control, and identify us, and will also be used to make our purchases and scan and
Well, they've already put the program in Los Angeles. In fact, a trilateralist named Mayor Bradley, Uncle Tom Bradley, was responsible for putting this in dogs.
Right.
And your
goal is to solve important spine and brain problems with a seamlessly implanted device. So you want to have a device that you can basically put in your head and feel and look totally normal, but it solves some important problem in your brain or spine. So going into the Neuralink architecture, what we've done over the past year is dramatically simplify the device. So we about a year ago, we had a device which had multiple parts, including a piece that it had to sort of sit behind your ear, and it was complex, and you wouldn't still look totally normal. You'd have a thing behind your ear. So we've simplified this to simply something that is about the size of a large coin, and it goes in your skull, replaces a piece of skull, and the wires then connect within a few centimeters or about an inch away from the device. And this is sort of what it looks like. device. It does, that thing at the bottom is just to hold the threads in place because they're just like little fine wires.
Let's jump into it, shall we? As you see, these plans have already been set in place, man. I mean, this is old news. As a matter of fact, that clip was about 3 years old. But, I didn't want a chance to keep going, keep dealing with that because they cut my camera off already once. So let's push forward with this. Now, let's grab the scripture real quick here. And Revelations. As a matter of fact, let me go to Job. Let's start at Job, shall we? This is Job 20. And because when it's all said and done, they're actually pushing forward with the fourth industrial revolution, where they're trying to merge man with machine. But through the thick of it, they're gonna be upset. The Lord's gonna upset their plans. You know what I'm talking about? So like it. Now back to the point. When it's all said and done, the Lord is gonna He's gonna clip him up. When you was a child, you used to you put your foot up out there. You used to put your foot out when someone walked by. Little silly games you played in middle school and elementary. You used to clip your friends. You stick your foot out there. That's basically what the Lord is gonna do to the oligarchies, to the elites, to the kings of this particular to this particular rulership. He's gonna clip him up. They're in a full stride. How you run it, and they full wide open, running a 440. And they're gonna get clipped up right before they get to the finish line and not even make it. Anyway, this is Job 5 and this is Job 5 and 12, straight to the point. It says, "He disappoint the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise." They at it, man. They are at it. But like the Lord say, man, let's read it again. Job 5 and 12. He disappoint the devices of the crafty. And there's none no craftier than these so-called white folks, man. They sit behind their little computers and whatnot, and these black sites with their world-class hackers and whatnot. You feel what I'm saying? They have all their little devices in place. You got smart houses, you got smart TVs, you got smart thermostats in your house. You got these cameras that are set up via internet. You know what I'm saying? You got CT closed caption cameras out on the highways and the interstates, and in the neighborhoods, and somebody, he got it all set up, man. He he got it going on. But it's all for the detriment, for the fall of him. What I'm talking about? 'Cause see, that makes him feel big. That makes him feel very ahead of the game. But it's all gonna come to like I say, gonna get tripped up. Job 5 and 12, it says he disappointed the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. And the enterprise is, like you say, man, they want to be able to track and control, have it where you can't buy and sell. If there was a clip that I did have where the people who have not taken the I'm trying to word this correctly. When all the baggage that came along with CV Axle 19, all of those who didn't take the remedy, quote unquote, behind CV Axle 19, they're gonna have what they call passports for those folks who didn't take it. They're gonna. So they got everything in place. This is craftiness at its finest. And let's keep it real. Without the Lord, you can't keep up with all of the things, the traps, the snares, all the little pits and cracks and You'll fall into it. That's why you need the Lord. You'll fall prey to this, or rather you'll fall victim to this. Anyway, let me go to let's go to Job, the 20th chapter, and just to back that up. This is Job 20, and because he's gonna be sitting down at the table. You know what I'm saying? And this is metaphorically. He's gonna be sitting, at that big round table, looking at those strings. You know what I'm saying? You ever seen that movie, The Matrix Reloaded? I believe, where Neo makes it to I don't know the name of his character's name, but he sat in this room and he had all these screens, these little TV screens that went around the room. The whole room was nothing but TV screens, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of little TV screens where he would see everything. That was an insight. They will give you insight on how, from from an entertaining perspective, how they try to keep track of every little thing. You feel what I'm saying? The architect, that's what he was called. That was his character, the architect. And that's the oligarchy, the cabal, the elite, the kings, the ones that sit in the shadow and pull the purse strings. But this is Job 20 and 23, and it says, when he is about to fill his belly, Yahweh shall cast the fury of his might, Salakia, the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. He ain't even gonna get to enjoy it. You understand what I'm saying? He's not gonna get to enjoy any, it's gonna be but for a moment, There's a scripture that goes into that too. The joy of the hypocrite. Let me Google that. Okay. Huh. Yeah. All I had to do is slide down some. Salakia for that. Here we go right here. Job 20 and 5, it says, the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. That's why when you slide on down to Job 20 and 23, when he's about to fill his belly, Yahweh shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he's eating. He's not even going to get a chance to taste that morsel of meat, how juicy and bloody it is. Because mind you, we're dealing with a bloody man. And he also mentioned about the finances. These things, was three aspects of it: the finances, the tracking, the finances, the buying, the selling, and also the religion aspect of it. So let's go right here because we understand that the dollar is all but through. We're just waiting for them to officially crash it and move on to the next level of their plan. This is James 5, and I'm going to start at first 1. I'm going to start at the top, point being in 3. And it reads, it says, go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. Your riches are corrupt, and your garments are moth-eaten. Your gold and silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye shall heap treasure together for the last days. And that's why you see them with these seed bunkers. So a lot of these celebrities and whatnot, they got bunkers and they got food stored in them, and MREs and all sorts of things, man. I've seen some videos, man. Them damn bunkers is out of this world. And it reads again, says, your gold and silver is cankered. Let me get that word cankered. Let's see what that word means, Bobby Sean. I mean, it's all for nothing. The movements that they're making, because, see, they think they're going to profit in this. You know what I'm talking about? But when it's all said and done, the men of the Lord are going to profit in this. Cankered.
Strong's G 2728. Katiao. Katiao.
It says to rust over, cover with rust. From G derivative rust to rust down. Example: corrode, canker. Canker. Let me see. Let me see something real quick. Let's see.
Cankered.
And plant part effect. Let's see. Effective. Affected by a or corrupting influence. Okay, affected by a malign or corrupting influence. Cankered. Uses cankered. Let's see. A corrupt influence. The money has a corrupt influence. Think about it, man. They weaponize the fiat currency, to get these nations to go along with the agenda that they have set forth. But now they've found a way around it by way of BRICS nation. I mean, the BRICS alliance. You know what I'm talking about? A cankered tree or fruit affected by a cankered disease. No, that's not what we're looking for. That is not what we're looking for. Evil, unhealthy, or decayed, and evil cannot be purged for that cankered heart. Cankered, crucifix, apple. It's a corrupt. We're gonna go with the. Let's go back up. It's like. Let's go back up. Let's see where it says right here. Affected by a malign or corrupting influence. And like I say, that fiat currency, they weaponize it to bully the nations into going along with the plans, And what is James 5:3? It says, your gold and silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you. And ye shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye have heaped treasures together for the last days. It's gonna be. It's like I said in the end, man. The men of the Lord, the hopefully elect, it's gonna profit off of that. They're not gonna have much to do with. They're not gonna have much to do with what they're stacking up and putting back. Let me see. I want to read another one here. This is Habakkuk 2:5, and it reads, it says, yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gather unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. So he cannot be satisfied with what the portion has been given to him. When you go into the book of Deuteronomy, I believe, where it says, let me see, let me grab it real quick. Baruch Shah. Now, there's a scripture in Deuteronomy chapter 32 and verse 8, and I'm gonna bring that out just to prove a point. Here we have in Habakkuk 2:5, it says, yea, also because he transgressed by wine, by philosophy, democracy, feminine rights, LGBT rights, so forth and so on. You know what I'm talking about? He is a proud man, neither keep it at home, and you can find him in all countries, somewhere near the leadership. Or if he's not, he's behind, he's the man that's controlling the leadership. You know what I'm talking by way of what? Weaponizing his money, He has many ways to be able. It says, who enlarges his desires hell and is as deaf and cannot be satisfied. And he cannot be satisfied, but gathered unto him all nations, nations, and heapeth unto himself all people. Now let's go to the book of Deuteronomy, because the Lord had already set for everybody their portion according to his portion, which is Israel. He's called blacks, Latinos, and Native American. It reads right here, it says, when the Most High, Deuteronomy 32:8, it says, when the Most High Yahweh divided the nations, see that, their inheritance. The Most High had already given everybody what was allotted to them. You understand? But we have a man that's in charge. He wants all things, nations and people. He heapeth all things to himself. It says, Deuteronomy 32:8, and the Most High divided the nations, their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam. Separated us all. We're not even supposed to be a melting pot. You know what I'm saying? That goes against the will of the Most High. And he set the bounds. And he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel. For the Lord's portion is his people. Jacob is the lot of his inheritance. So, that's going off. The way this man behaves and acts, what I'm talking about, it's going off. Let me keep reading here back in Habakkuk 2. I'm going to read 5 again. Yea, also because he transgressed by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as deaf and cannot be satisfied, but gather unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. Shall not all these take a parable against him, and a taunting proverbs against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. You want to be able to keep up with everybody. You want to, you want all the resources. You just want to, there's no end to this man's greed. You know what I'm talking about? It says, woe to him that increaseth which is not his. How long? And to him that layeth himself with thick clay. And mind you, that word, matter of fact, let's go into that word real quick. Thick clay goes into debt, heavy debt. And there's not America claiming they broke while they around here giving out these stimuluses and $3,500. The government, I don't know why they ain't told you this, those commercials. If you haven't heard of this, I don't know why you ain't heard of this. The government has $3,600, $3,500, $6,400, but at the same time they saying they broke. Don't make sense. Let's see, let's go there real quick. Let's get the word clay, with thick clay.
Strong's H, 5671, Avteet.
Avteet. It says right here, outline of biblical usage, weight of pledges, heavy debts. This man has debts. Why you think these other nations have coincided together and come up with them another means of trade, commerce and trade? Mind you now, they're not doing it for the will of themselves. They're doing it through the will of the Lord, And the people who are in charge, the Lord has set them up. Let's get that. The Lord has set them up, to be judged ultimately. So let's go real quick, and then we got one more we're going to close out. Let's see. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6. Let's go here real quick. Let's go. And we're going to start at the top here. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6 and verse 1, and it reads, hear therefore, O ye kings, and understand, learn, ye that be judges of the ends of the earth. Give ear, ye that rule the people, and glory in the multitude of nations. For power is given you of the Lord, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, and sovereignty from the highest, who shall try your works and search out your counsels. We just read in Job 5 and 12, Job 5 and 23, that the Most High is going to trip him up. He's not going, he's going to trip him up. And they're going to be judged. It says, verse 4, it says, because being ministers of his kingdom, ye have not judged aright, nor kept the law, nor walked after the counsel of Yahweh. Horribly and speedily shall he come upon you, for a sharp judgment shall be to them that be in high places. Yeah, see that? For mercy will soon pardon the meanest, but mighty men shall be mightily tormented. And I'm going to read a little bit more. It says, verse 7, for he which is Lord over all shall fear no man's person, neither shall he stand in awe of any man's greatness. So these men are nothing in comparison to the Lord. These families, these banking families, you know what I'm saying? That you find the same old picture of them from 20 years ago or 15 years ago. You don't see these people but every blue moon or so, and I'm just using that as an analogy. These people are nothing. These people are rats, you understand? Read again, verse 7, it says, for he which is Lord over all shall fear no man's person, neither shall he stand in awe of any man's greatness. These men are nothing, for he had made the small and great, and careth for all alike. But a sore trial shall come upon the mighty. So the Lord is going to deal with this. All this craftiness and trickery and, But let's get that last part. Let's get this right here in Revelations 13th chapter. Let's go into that real quick. To tie it on back into, the MOTB. The head and the hand, And they would like to mess with your phone nowadays, man. Yeah, we're at the end of this, man. Lord willing, we're at the end of this. This truth is burning them up. But guess what? They can't escape their judgment. No one can escape their judgment. So this is Revelations, the 13th chapter, and I'm started 11, and it reads, and beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. And he exercises all the power of the first beast before him, and causes the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. Now this going into the ancient Roman Empire being reborn through what we call NATO and the EU, United Nations. You know what I'm talking about? It's just a fulfillment of prophecy. You know what I'm talking about? And they're causing exercising the power of the first beast, which was, like I say, the old Roman Empire. And if you don't believe you're in the Roman Empire, look at, the King James Bible got Roman numerals in it. You know what I'm talking about? I don't know if they still teach that in school where you learn Roman numerals. You have Olympics and you got Colosseums. You follow what I'm saying? These are things that precede, that were in the ancient days, of Rome. But anyway, and that where it says it had two horns like a lamb, but spake like a dragon. You get into that political system, man, where you had the Flavian and the plebeians, or what you'll call nowadays, what they call the Republicans and the Democrats. Verse 13, and it says, and he doeth great wonders. And you heard him say that it was this thing that they put in your head, this Neuralink that they put in your head, help you, with injuries to your spine, your eyesight, miracles. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, about he got power through his technology. Verse 13, and he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven and on earth in the sight of men. And those intercontinental missiles, they can fly from one continent to the next and rain fire down on you. Beginning with Hiroshima and Nagasaki in Japan. Verse 14, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on earth that they should make an image of the beast which had the wound by a sword and did live. Like I say, they went into the Caucasus Mountains, quote unquote, during the Renaissance, during the Dark Ages, during the time of Jacob ruling. You know what I'm talking about? When you read into the Dark Ages, you have what you call the Byzantine Empire, which was ruled by the Moorish and all those are Israelites. They just gave them those colloquial proverbs and bywords as names, you know what I'm talking about? But those are Israelites. Thus Esau Edom calling it the Dark Age, you know. So when he came out of the caves through, and you can start tracing that back to say like Isabella and Ferdinand and them, you know what I'm saying? Columbus, what his name, Crystal Colombo or Cologne. That was the what they call it, the Renaissance. Yeah, the Renaissance, the rebirth. So that was that wound when they had to go into the rocks and into the caves, became cavemen. But the bounce back is starting with Ferdinand and Isabella and them. It may went back a little further than that, but they're more well known for, you know, discovering America and all the fallacies there, which have led to the second coming of the Roman Empire. Verse 15, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Verse 16, and it says, and he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or on their foreheads. Yeah. Thus the beginning of the clip. And that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that had understanding count the number of the beast, for it is a number of a man. And his number is 666. And a score, it says what? And three scores, a score is 20. So 3 times 20 or 3 times 2 is what? 6. So, but if you take that, there's a punishment that comes along with that. This is Revelation 16:1, and it reads, and I heard a great voice out of the temple saying to the 7 angels, go your ways and pour out the vials of the wrath of Yahweh upon the earth. And the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worship his image. Now, let's get into that real quick. We finna close out. It's been going on a little lengthy, and it's actually the second part. So, Lord willing, you check out the beginning, about 13 minutes or so. And now it just wants to freeze up. Here we go. Let's get poured out. Let's get NFL like Northam. Let's get to Northam.
Strong.
Let's see.
Strong's G 2556. Carcass.
Northam. Kakash. Outline of biblical use of a bad nature, not such as it ought to be, feeling base, wrong, wicked, troublesome, injurious, destructive. Let's get in the Strong's. It says apparently a primary word, worthless, such as whereas examples subjectively depraved or injurious, bad, evil, harm, ill, noisome, wicked. So, and let's see, grievous. Let's see.
Strong's G 3588. Ha. Ha.
I want to get the sore. Let's see, grievous, noisome. Here we go, sore. Let's see what that sore gonna be.
Strong's G 1668. Helkas. Helkas.
Helkas. It says, outline of biblical use, a wound, especially a wound producing a discharge, pus. Listen to this. A sore, an ulcer, a sore, cancer. Be cancer. Again, and the first, back in Revelation 16:2, and this is one of the punishments, because you're not to take that chip, no matter what, you know. Don't go along to get along. If it costs you your life, you know what I'm saying? It's better to die, to be slacky. It's better to be unalive doing the will of the Lord than to be going along with the plans, you know, talking about the agenda. So, you heard it. Revelation 16:2, and the first went out and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome, an ill, wicked, and grievous sore, also, counsel, upon men which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worship his image. Now, what is it, 20 and 4? This is Revelations 20 and verse 4, and it reads, and I saw thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahweh Shah HaMashiach, for the word of Yahweh. See, if you're gonna be unalive, do it for that, for the Lord. You understand? Again, and I saw thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness. They were martyrs. They were martyrs. They were testimonies to this truth, for the witness of Yahweh Shah HaMashiach, and for the word of the Lord Yahweh, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither had his image, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands, and they lived and reigned with Hamashiach Yahweh Shah 1,000 years. Verse 5, but the rest of the dead lived not until the 1,000 years were finished. This was the first resurrection. Let me see. Let's see. Let's see. Anyway, I'm gonna cut it off right there. I'm gonna end it off with this right here.
That's supposed to go in the back of the hand. It all relates to this Council on Foreign Relations group, the Bilderbergers, the Club of Rome, this oligarchy who's trying to bring it all about.
That's right, Anthony. Let's make a very complex issue as simple as possible for the people's benefit. The New World Order really consists of three aspects. There is a New World political system that everyone today is calling the New World Order. As well as that, there is an economic plan for the New World Order, and that is called the New World Economic Order. In addition to those two items, there's a third plan for religion. You see, the planners of the world know that men need a religion of some kind, even if it's a false one. So they have a plan to give us a new age world global occultic religion. So really there's three aspects to this new world order. A new world economic order in which a computer chip will be injected into our hands or foreheads as a means to track, control, and identify us, and will also be used to make our purchases and scan.
Well, they've already put the
You Hebrew Israelites that are out there, you of the hopeful elect, the 1/3 of the nation of Israel, who have made the right decision once you heard the calling on your spirit, and you've turned back to worship the Most High Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. You practice the laws, statutes, commandments to the best of your ability, understanding that the laws is not going to save you, but your faith, through your faith, you practice them anyway and show the Lord your gratitude. Hey, to death do you part. Do the will of the Lord. It'd be best to be unalive doing the will of the Lord than to go along with the agenda. Repent, stay strong. 2024, it's going to be worse. It's going to get worse before it get worse. And with that, Lord willing, it was edifying. I'm going to close out by giving infinite honor and praise to the Most High and the Son, Yahweh, B'Shem Yahushua. Double honors to the Apostle El's great millstone. Shalom.